The Fire Before the Stone. Rome Reborn, Imagine Rome. The year is 64 AD. The city still breathes smoke and ash. It was only recently devoured by fire. Two-thirds of it turned to soot and rubble. And there stands Emperor Nero, eyes blazing with obsession, dreaming of a new Rome, one worthy of the gods. He builds a golden palace, Domus Aurea, with an artificial lake and a colossal statue of himself. But the Romans, they do not forget. They do not forgive. And when the empire begins to sway, a new man rises, Vespasian, not of noble blood, chosen by the army, a soldier, stern, disciplined, but wise. His first act as emperor, to destroy Nero's palace and give back the land to the people. And there, on the drained lake, he promises something not for kings, but for citizens. An amphitheater, grand, unprecedented, eternal. Thus, the idea of the Colosseum is born. Construction begins in 72 AD, right at the heart of Rome, on Nero's former lakebed. Thousands of slaves, many of them Jewish prisoners from the Judean revolt, labor under the blistering sun. Stone by stone, block by block, travertine is brought from Tivoli. Iron clamps, concrete brick. But Vespasian never sees it completed. He dies in 79 AD. His son Titus, the same who raised Jerusalem, finishes the work. In 80 AD, the amphitheater opens with 100 days of blood. Gladiator fights, wild beast hunts, even naval battles, the arena can be flooded. They don't call it the Colosseum yet. Officially, it's the Flavian Amphitheater. But soon the name Colosseum will rise from the colossal statue of Nero nearby. And within those walls, Rome comes alive with cheers, steel, and destiny. More than 50,000 spectators. Entry? Free food, free. This is imperial policy, bread and circuses. The Colosseum is more than a stadium. It's an instrument of power. Gladiators enter the arena. Some are criminals, some war prisoners, others volunteers seeking glory. A few rise to fame, adored, idolized, their names etched in graffiti, their faces painted on lamps and walls. The emperor watches from the imperial box. Sometimes a thumb decides life or death, but it's not only combat, there are public executions, exotic animals, and elaborate hunts. Elephants dot lions, bears, ostriches, even crocodiles. Roman women draped in silk are some of the most passionate fans. One story tells of a noble woman who threw herself into the Tiber, unable to bear the thought of her gladiator lover falling in battle. The Roman Empire falls not in a day, but slowly, painfully. And like a fading champion, the Colosseum begins to decay. In the 5th century, the games grow rare. Christianity rises and it condemns the bloodshed. The last official gladiator match? Likely in 523 AD under Pope John Thrace. Then come the invasions. The Goths. The Vandals. The once proud arena is looted, but it doesn't fall. Not yet. In the Middle Ages, the Colosseum becomes whatever Rome needs it to be. A fortress, occupied by powerful families like the Frangipani. A quarry, its marble stripped for palaces and churches. A home lower levels house blacksmiths, monks, beggars. A church in the 17th century, Pope Benedict XIV declares it sacred, saying Christian martyrs died here. Did they? Historians debate it, but legend is stronger than fact. The Colosseum may be broken, but romance breathes in every crack. 4th century, a young Dante Alighieri, still a dreamer, strolls through the ruins with a girl named Beatrice. Some say he whispered poetry to her beneath the arches. 8th century British aristocratic ladies on their grand tour meet handsome Roman guides. Here flirtations bloom under the moon. 9th century, a French artist, François-Marie Bourgeois, proposes to his beloved in the center of the Colosseum, lit only by starlight. 20s. A silent actress comes every Sunday with red roses. Locals say she waits for the spirit of a fighter pilot who once swore he'd return here from the war. He never did. The Colosseum, a theater of blood? Yes. But also a temple of passion. The Colosseum draws emperors, and centuries later it still does. Napoleon Bonaparte, awed by its majesty. He forbade his troops by its majesty. He forbade his troops from dismantling it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe wrote, "To stand here at night is to hear the ancestors whisper." Charles Dickens, Mark Twain, Oscar Wilde each wrote about it. Humbled by the ruins, moved by its silence. Pope John Paul II transformed it into a place for the Stations of the Cross. Once a site of death, now a symbol of resurrection. In our time, Barack Obama, Beyoncé, Martin Scorsese, Angelina Jolie all walked where gladiators once bled. Today, the Colosseum is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a symbol of Rome and eternal human nature. It is a place of pilgrimage, protest, performance, a mirror to our past, a stage for our present, a monument to everything we were and still are. Every day, thousands walk its corridors. Some feel awe, others sorrow, a few perhaps love. The Colosseum has stood for over 1900 years. It has witnessed empires rise, fall, and disappear. And it still stands, because it is not just stone. It is memory. Lesson warning. It tells us power fades, blood entertains, but scars. Even ruins can be beautiful. And love, whispered in marble, never dies. Do you hear it? That echo in the arches? That's not just wind. That's the Colosseum, and it still speaks.